Hey traders, Brian DeMo with DayTradingFutures.net bringing you another video, actually a unique one compared to my previous one. So I'm going to cover quickly six instruments in the futures market. We're going to start out with the news real quick. Great Britain came out with some pretty negative numbers. Euro came out with positive data, except for the German trade balance, which is slightly below the forecast, but above its previous. The U.S. ADP non-farm employment change was well above the forecast and above the previous, so signs of economic growth there. And the FOMC meeting, which was highly anticipated by most traders. The Australian released its building approvals and retail sales. The retail sales, which was pretty positive, well above the forecast, but was countered by some negative Chinese data that was released today, the consumer price index. So take a look at that. Pause it if you need to. And we're going to move on now. We're going to start with the Aussies. Looking at the 4-hour chart, we have these lines of support and resistance that I've drawn in. 87, 88 as a pretty solid line of support. This is a live chart, by the way. We just bounced off this 88.28 level. It's possible that we break through this, but since I think the volumes dropped down, and the London Open will come into effect here soon, we may bounce right off this line and just come back up to this consolidation zone here. If we do that, then I'm definitely looking to go short around this area. So I'm just looking at the instrument right now and just trying to determine its next path. I'd like to say that it would drop all the way down to this point, and if we don't break, which I don't think we will, then I'm hesitant to go long, like I've stated before, because I've seen the bottom drop out of this guy or this instrument just out of the blue. Take my advice with a grain of salt. I am not going to be taking any longs, even though it looks tempting. I'll just wait until we get a bounce back up to one of these areas here, whether this plays as resistance or if it drops below here and touches support at 87, 88. Then I'd play with some shorts around this area, and then if it does climb back up here, that's great. One thing to note, we do have this upward trend line. It looks like it also is bouncing off of that. Now, it just may be a coincidence that we have this line of support. So we'll see what happens with this. This could be a factor moving forward in terms of determining your trade setups, time to enter a position, as well as your targets for shorts and for longs if you choose to go long. All right, on the British pound futures, I had mentioned, or in my post at 9 a.m. this morning Central Standard Time, I did post a swing setup to go long, and so far so good. I am definitely expecting us to break this ceiling of resistance and continue higher. Even though we had that negative news came out for the pound, I think it's posed for additional upside. So look to maybe take some profits here if you want to peel off a couple cars. If it looks like it's going to dip back down, maybe set a stop loss at 16432. But I do expect us to break this line of resistance. The euro was another instrument that I had posted this morning to enter short. I did a video on this guy yesterday, I believe, and it didn't quite reach my short target area, so I didn't jump into it. We actually bounced right off of this rising, or this lower trend line here. Came back down. We did spike up, and I think that was news related. Yeah, it looks like it was about the FOMC at time, and then started its consolidation and just dropped. So if you did take this trade here, kudos to you. I don't think that it's valid anymore. If you took profits around this area, that's great. I don't know if it's going to just continue back down before we have a retracement back up. It's possible that we see something here back down to this level. This could now play as a new line of resistance at 13635. So waiting to see what happens. I don't see a setup at current time right now. On the yen futures, we have a pennant forming here, classic pennant. In a downtrend, we have two trend lines, an ascending and descending trend line that are going to meet with low volume. I definitely expect this guy to drop out. If we do, your target area will be right here at this support line, 949. And great. So if you did take this initial short that I had posted a couple days ago to go in here, then that's great. Then you've got some good profits here, and I'd go ahead and hold off on exiting your shorts until you get down to this area. There's really no true line of support here. There's nothing valid to say that this is a line of support at this given period at 952. So yeah, hold on to your shorts and and start taking profits once we reach down to this area here. Now the New Zealand futures, I did post it this morning as a good area to enter a short trade with a cautious short. I do want to emphasize that. There's a lot of discussion that the New Zealand dollar will be the hottest commodity in the futures market to trade or currency in the Forex, with a lot of optimism to economic growth and ultimately a rise in their currency. So these are drawn in from my previous videos. I think we're around this area here when I had drawn this in. So if you did enter a short position, that's great. It looks like right now that is playing out. It came back up here to this minor support line, but I don't think it's going to hold. I would actually hold on to my short position and look to start taking profits depending on your level of emotional strength. Control your greed, so to speak. You can maybe look to take your profits at about this point, 817, or if you want to hold on to them, or just take a couple contracts off and book some profits, and then look to a continuation down to this ultimate support line at 80.98 here. So looking good if you're short. Let's take a look at gold. So gold, let's show you what you got. So we have a downward channel with what I call a sub-channel, a channel within the channel, and it looks like it bounced right off of that. And we have some pretty bearish indications. I don't see a reason why we would rally back up beyond this line here at about 1230, 1,230. Continue up here. However nice that would be. I have a chart that I had posted on DTF that shows the possibility of us either bouncing off of this line of resistance and then coming down, or continuing up and then ultimately taking a short position here. So if you took a short position here, great, hold on to them. Your target area, let's go back to 4 hour. Target areas would be, first target would be at about 1194. Start taking some profits there, and maximize profits. You could start looking at, I wouldn't go as far as 1180.7. I'd go probably down to here as my second target at 1185.1, and then just see. So if you're holding on, take some profits here, and look for a second target right here at 1184.86 area. And I think that covers all the instruments I wanted to talk about. If you have any questions, you can always contact us on DayTradingFutures.net on our Contact Us form. If you have any requests for an analysis performed in a video, I'd be glad to do it for you. Just give me a little bit of time to do my due diligence, and I'll post that for you as well. Beyond that, I guess you guys have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow.